Joe has been on from Hillhead, and he said from that bombshell that you both said earlier, you reckon that the teams you played in, if you were still the same age and all the rest of it, you would beat the current Celtic team, you'd beat the current Rangers team. Joe is saying, does that mean you think Scottish football has gone backwards in the last decade and a half? If so, can it be changed? I know the answer, Joe. It's going to be down to the money. It's 100 odd million TV versus what, 3 million?
So I was looking at the figures. Leicester getting relegated got 105 million, Paul. You know, and obviously there's a big expenditure in the Premier League with wages and whatnot. And I don't know what Celtic would get now for winning the league. Would it be 5 to 8 million or something like that? So straight away the differential's massive. So the clubs have to go and find players around the world, you know. So if you look at the Japanese players who came in with Ange, they've been fantastic, you know what I mean? But it's not like they're going down to the Premier League now, Celtic, and buying players in the top six, which they were doing 20 years ago. So I'm not saying the league has gone backwards. It's just the differential in the money has changed so much over the last 20 years.
Yeah, you look back to the team that I played in, like Arthur Newman, £5 million, Van Bronckhorst, £5 million, Flo, £12 million. Guys like that, Michael Moles, there's another £5 million. I can go on and on. Kanchelskis, £6 million, I think he costs. So that kind of money's unfortunately no there because of obviously the money they get from the TV, etc.
Neil, what were you, 5.5 million, 5.75 million? I looked today and it says that's nearly 11 million, and that would have been a bargain.
And so
from Leicester City.
So he was 6.
Yeah.
John was 6. Tomo was 3. You know, Jos Valharan was a few million. You know, the bargain of the century was Didier Agat. I think Morton got him for 50 grand. He turned out to be a great player for us as well. So you know, you're talking like major money. So if you look at that, the end, Paul, you know, what price would it be now? You know, you just, you know, at the end of the day, people who run football clubs, you know, they have to run it accordingly. You know, and when Martin left, you know, Gordon had to sort of balance the books a little bit, but still maintain, you know, a really good standard. But since then, it's been difficult to get the quality of player that all Celtic and Rangers fans would want playing in Scotland.
You think, Barry, you had the best of it? It was just a vintage time.
Yeah, it was a brilliant time. I mean, as I said, Paul, I played in a brilliant team. Also played against a brilliant Celtic team. But the problem the managers have got now, certainly Michael Beale, needs to duck and dive in the market. He needs to look at guys who are coming out of contract or guys who are in the periphery of certain squads. And they need to obviously try different markets. Celtic have done that with the Japanese market and it's worked out really well. And I expect Rangers to do that with different markets. But I think up until now, Michael Beale, in terms of his record in the transfer market, has been good. Picked up Todd Cantwell for £500,000, who's been a real good signing. Raskin was £1 million. I think so. That's what Rangers need to do. Unfortunately, they can't go out and sign 5 players for £5 or £6 million each. So it's never going to happen that way. But that's just unfortunately the way it is in Scottish football.